everybody, and today we've got another Sims 4 speed build here, and this is a modern house. And what I started with was a giant box. I was going for what the classic sculptors suggest you do, is you start with a lump of rock and you chip away anything that doesn't look like what you're trying to sculpt, and that's what I did with this house. I'm using a picture that I found on the internet as inspiration for this, but obviously it's just the facade of the house. It's not the room layouts, it's not anything else. So I'm actually really excited. This bit speeds through fairly quickly, and we end up with a house with 3 levels. Obviously you could put in a basement if you were so inclined. And we end up with 4 double bedrooms, all with double beds and ensuite bathrooms and dressing rooms in them. And at the moment I'm just going through trying to work out where the bedrooms are going to go. Each of those bedrooms has their own private balcony, as well as there's like a private little balcony area for off of one of the living rooms, and we have a nice little pool area. So at the moment I'm just trying to work out how it's going to look, how what we're going to use for pillars and supports, because being a modern house, it's quite square, and I wanted a really modern sort of color scheme as well. So as you can see, I went through a number of different layouts before I was happy with the one that I finally settled on. And this is actually the top floor that we're looking at. That is just a bedroom up there and a door that lets us out into a rooftop garden, but it takes a little bit for us to get to that stage. And we're putting the shortest of the short walls around everything. I think it looked really nice. It looks quite Mediterranean and very crisp and clear. And each of the balconies has these lovely little what would you call them, pergolas that give them a little bit of shade. You could always pop some plants up there if you wanted to give them a bit more shade, but you can see the locations of the balconies just by looking for those pergola pieces or pergola structures. So now downstairs I'm changing that to what looks like pillars to make it look a bit like it's supported and not just hanging out in the air. And I really liked in the end how this came up, because it really feels quite open, and you'll see in a minute when we get to the decorating that it really is very much an open plan on the second floor and a little bit more divided and rooms allocated on the bottom floor. So we're just working up the staircase now, trying to get a bit of flow going through from one side, from one wing there to the other. And that's those walls that just went in was a bedroom and a bathroom with a dressing room, or a walk-through dressing room. And here we are putting the pool in. It's only a small one, but in the overall scheme of things, I don't think you need a giant swimming pool. You really only need something to get in there, to have a bit of a dunk and to get back out again. And certainly your Sims will benefit from just that much water, considering they've got a pool, like a lake nearby, and they can travel off to the pools, etc. So now we're just trying to work out doors and windows. With the door, the front door, I went with a gorgeous Art Deco set of double doors, and it took me a while to figure out what I wanted to do with the windows, because I wanted white, I wanted clean, and I wanted lots of light, but I don't know, they just didn't. In the end, I think I went with those ones, yeah, but I didn't didn't put as many. I started off by filling every wall with windows, and then changed my mind a bit and gave it a few less windows, but still not any less light. So I really enjoyed doing this. And as you can see there, I filled the walls with windows, and I will come back, you can see at a later date, and take some of those out. There you go. And I think somewhere I forgot to put in some windows, but then I went back and did it later. So here we are putting the internal doors in, working out where the entrances to rooms are going to go. Sometimes once you start putting doors in, you kind of have to finagle walls a bit because, or layouts a bit, because you need a 2 wide door somewhere where you've only given a 1 wide space. So, and that's exactly what's happening up there. I couldn't make the 2 wide door fit correctly, and all of the bedrooms have got these 2 wide doors. So, and here we are in a dressing room trying to put a single door in, and then left it instead. We've gotten rid of some of the walls and just left them as walls rather than a doorway. So the little hook-shaped or U-shaped rooms are the dressing room on either side of the walkway through to the bathroom. But you will see, I think I've got a couple of shots in the screenies, just so that you can see how they fit. And again, we've put in another door there because I just realized that the only exit to the pool area, you would have to go all the way around to the other side of the house, and we do want our Sims to be able to move freely from one area to the other. They like it when there's a bit of free flowing, and you can see the cash just popping out there. Our poor little tester Sim there, all his money is just going out of his pockets before and he doesn't even get a chance to play in the house. He gets to walk through and check that nothing's blocking stuff, and then gets sent right back outside again. So this is a bedroom we've started working on. We've started working on the colours for the exterior, and I decided that those pillars would look really good as stone. So we've put them in, and then a bit of, the whole house is basically white, and then we've got those sort of burnt umber coloured pillars to give a little bit of contrast. We do put that same colour, I think, tucked into the entryway, and a pillar at the back and one more at the side. There you go, there's the entryway, and at the back, that's it. So just to give a little bit of contrast, and for that beautiful white, it's white plaster walls. I really like it. It's come up really well. I would hate to use bore water or artesian water because it stains yellow, so I'm glad the Sims don't have to deal with it. And we've just chosen a sort of a muted olive green for the wall trims, just to tone in to not just with the grass and the greenery around, but also to pick up, there's a bit of olivey sort of colour in the stone, and it provides a nice contrast to the orange. And we're putting basically concrete on the roof, I think. And what I did for this is, when we get to decorating, I didn't show you in this video all of the rooms, but they are all in the screenshot. So we're just putting windows in the very top floor, thinking about colours. So now we're into the kitchen, we're starting to decorate. So we wanted, again, something modern. This is the second go I had at the kitchen. I got rid of the first go because it just wasn't working, and didn't bother to include it in the video, just because if I'd included all of the building that I'd done, we would still be here tomorrow watching this video, because I think it took me about 6 hours to build this house, and I'm sure you're not interested in that. Now, I'm putting some dining chairs in here, and a little dining area, but it wasn't until I was almost ready to do screenshots that I realized I hadn't put in a larger dining room. So we do fix that. You may not see it in the speed build itself, but we certainly do give them an area where they can go and eat. So I really loved those light cupboards up above the really dark chocolate wood ones. And I think we do change the floorboards from that sort of really bright colour to a darker a wood. There we go. It's almost a tone with the cupboards, and it gives it a really good, all the white appliances really shine up or really show up against the darker wood floors. So I really like how it came up. And I know I really say that a lot, but I did enjoy building this one. It's a little bit out of my comfort zone, the really modern houses, because my favourite style of house is really Federation or colonial style. So doing a modern house, like I said, a little bit out of my comfort zone, and but when I do that, you do find that you get a bit of enjoyment when you do push yourself into areas that you're not used to doing. So this is the entry hall here, and off to, you can see in this picture, to the left is the kitchen and the right is the what will be the living room. So, and the kitchen is now on the right. It's quite cute. It's a little bit understated. They've got some pictures, not family pictures, but perhaps a little bit of artwork and some plants in there just to invite people in. And again, this is my second iteration of the living area, just simply because I went with all chocolate sort of stuff and it was just too dark and I just didn't like it. So we've redone with white, which looks much nicer on the chocolate wood floorboards. So we've got a nice open living area here with a lot of flow, and tucked around the corner there we've got a nice home office or study area. There's some bookcases, and this is just meant to be quite a cool and calming and relaxing area where you could entertain guests and you know, talk politics or talk about the latest movies, and just, you know, it's just fairly understated and elegant. And we've gone for a lot of plants because we've got so many windows. We've really tried to bring the green inside, and a lot of arrangements like this, which are symmetrical and very rigid in the arrangement, sort of fits the style of the house, I think. You know, and we've tried to keep with that. Now this is the first of our little outdoor areas, the private balcony or patio, whatever you'd like to call it, but not accessible from the street, and this is not technically an exit from the house because there is that low wall there and they can't step over it. It's not a fence or anything like that. There's no gates, no doors. And again, you can see where we're going quite architectural with the arrangements of the plants. A lot of the pots are just simply white, and we've kept it that way as a foil for the rest of the house. Most of the rooms, the walls are maintained as quite stark white, and with a feature wall or a couple of feature walls in each one. Now we've moved up to oh no, we're tucking out. This is the bathroom on the main floor. So unfortunately, it does end up being, the door to it does end up being in the dining room, but shh, don't tell anybody. You could always take this bathroom out and include it as part of the dining room, simply because all of the bedrooms have their own private bathroom, and it's, I don't think, critical that they don't have a bathroom available on the ground floor. So here we are trying to work out colours. Each one of the bedrooms is done in a different colour, so that, and the bedroom and the bathroom are all toned to match each other. And I think this first one we went with a real monochrome sort of grey, white and charcoal colour to the furniture and the decor, with just the odd splash of colour to break up that black and white feeling. And we were able to find beds that toned and furnishings that toned with that. Now, for the most part, I tried to stick to base game items, but I have included a few from expansion, well, stuff packs mostly. So my apologies to those people that don't have the stuff packs. I'm sure that you could replace items quite easily from base game items and base game artwork, etc. Because they're nothing special. They're nothing that a room is centered around. And this is the little balcony that is off the monochrome room. Again, we've used the green as a foil for the black and the grey, and just a really, really simple seating place. There's a few lights, but we've got a black couch and a charcoal coloured ottoman just for a bit of seating, and some interesting silver wall decor. And so in the bathroom, as you can see, that's the walk-through dressing room and with the bathroom at the back. And again, we're going for the black and white, the monochrome in here. So we've got slate coloured tiles, we've got black bench tops or black surfaces. So and we've tried to stick as much as possible to, I don't like the black candles, to black and white with, again, just the little touches of colour just to make it interesting. And nice black towels. I think we take one of those away just to put a plant in the corner so that it didn't interfere with the towel. And you can see we're turning these rooms into dressing rooms. So it's like a walk-in wardrobe, or a walk-through wardrobe and storage, which I think was quite cute. I really liked how that bit of it worked out. I guess in retrospect I could have made the walk-through wider rather than only one wide, but it is what it is. And this is the upstairs living area, and this is where I assumed the family would do most of its living. We've put a television in, we've put some skill building activities in, we've put just some big soft couches and lots of light. I really like this deep forest green on the wall and the low wall there. It really, again, brings the outside inside and makes a really good foil for the lighter coloured furniture. So as you can see, I'm deciding whether I should have a TV out on the wall. In the end, I stuck one on a table, and that little console table has a similar coloured green sort of in the little console bit, so it all tied it together. And as you can see, this is where our artist's easel goes. We do put some paint storage areas here in a little bit, and we do have the chessboard. And again, we've gone very, very rigid and regimented with the plants. All of those little square pots along that half wall, all evenly spaced, just to mirror that the beautiful square architecture of this home. Nice big rug. We want to make it comfortable. I haven't put too much in here. We've gone for understated. Didn't want to go for cluttered. I wanted to keep it really quite clean. This is the hallway on that same level, but we are just coming up to the screenshots where you will get to see all of the bedrooms and how they finally panned out. So a little bit early as always, here we go into the screenshots. This is the front of the house, street appeal. I think it looks really nice. This is the front door with that beautiful Art Deco double door entrance. This is the entrance hallway with the little pig, very cute, nice, usable, family-friendly kitchen. And this is the dining room that I did mention is plenty of room for expanding. This is the downstairs living area, very cool and very relaxing, and the study area, perfect place to get some work done or some schoolwork done. This is the outside, the balcony for the monochrome area. This is the monochrome bedroom, very plush. I really like how that showed up, and a nice red lipstick on the painting there. And there's their balcony for that monochrome. Sorry, the other balcony was for downstairs. The bathroom, again, beautiful black and white with a plush bathtub there. We've got lots of screenshots to get through, and that's how the dressing rooms shaped up. This is the pool area, so that's everything down on the ground floor. Now we go up to the next floor. This is the family area, really quite relaxed. There's our canvas storage for our budding artists. And on this floor we have the red bedroom, and this has got a little bit of an oriental feel about it, and the bathroom is red and white to match. And again, the balcony red and white again to match that. And the other bedroom on this level is blue and cream, very soft, and a blue bathroom. That is a mirrored wall that you're looking at, really lovely. And again, private balcony with some lovely benches to go and sit and relax. And on the top floor we've got the plushest bedroom of all. Perhaps it's the master suite, a little bit over the top with some gold taps. And outside that bedroom we've got a rooftop garden with a barbecue, which you can see to the right of the shot there. Lots of little nooks for people to sit in. And now we're off to the floor plan. This is the top floor bedroom. This is the second floor with the 2 bedrooms and the living area. This is the ground floor with 1 bedroom and kitchen and dining. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a nice day.